in a movie. Let's head now this morning to the editorial coordinator and film critic for HollywoodChicago.com. Patrick McDonald is back with us. Hey, Patrick, good morning. Hello.
Good morning, Scott. Be safe, be healthy. It's a land of pure imagination. Let's go to the movies.
What about today? You wanted to talk about Willy Wonka?
Yes. I wanted to talk about the 1971 Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory versus the 2023 film called Wonka, which is a prequel to the other film. Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory from 1971 starred the great Gene Wilder. The origins of the film go back to the daughter of director Mel Stewart reading the book Charlie and the Chocolate Factory by Roald Dahl and asking her dad to make the film. So Stewart went to producer David Wolper, who just so happened to be in negotiations with Quaker Oats to produce a film that would sell a new line of chocolate bars. That's how the film was born. Now, like the movie Casablanca, Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was a series of happy accidents that created a timeless classic. Roald Dahl was hired to write the screenplay, but in the end, Stewart and company brought in an uncredited rewrite man who had Dahl disowning the final film, even though his name stayed on it. And, of course, the song, Scott, Candyman, made popular by Sammy Davis Jr., and, of course, Pure Imagination, as I mentioned, and the Oompa Loompa song, both of which are used in Wonka, became standards, in addition to the I've Got a Golden Ticket and the film's original sharp humor, casting, and sentiment. Now, having said that, the new Wonka, to recreate as much magic as they could, had a budget of $125 million, approximately $100 million more than the equivalent 1971 film budget. But I have to admit the new film is truly in the spirit of the first film, with Timothée Chalamet terrific as Wonka, even as he borrows some of Wilder's attributes in creating the character. But the plot in the new movie just isn't as interesting. And I suspect it got bogged down a bit by the concern for marketing and today's audiences. And also this new one's distinction is that it remains true to its British roots, featuring a cast of Rowan, Mr. Bean Atkinson, Olivia Colman, Jim Carter, the head butler from Downton Abbey, and the hilarious Hugh Grant as an Oompa Loompa. That's right. It also has some pretty darn good songs. However, the 1971 Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, 5 out of 5. 2023 Wonka, 3.5 out of 5. Now, you remember the original, of course.
Absolutely. And, yeah, I do. Back in the day. That every now and then, you see it every now and then, don't you?
Yep. Yeah, sure. I've seen it probably over 20 times. But, you know, what's beautiful about it is its simplicity. And, of course, it had a better story in which to, glom itself onto. They just had to make up a new story for this one, and it just wasn't the same, You can't really eat a souffle, as they say.
There you go.